The death of cash, the rise of digital control. Hello everyone. In today's episode, let's join English Discovery News to explore an extremely hot topic. The death of cash, the rise of digital control. The invisible transition. For 5,000 years, money was something you could hold. It was a physical object, a seashell, a gold coin, or a piece of printed paper. It offered anonymity and freedom. If you bought a loaf of bread with a coin, no one needed to know who you were. But that era is ending right in front of our eyes. We are living through the death of cash. Look at your own life. When was the last time you paid for something with physical bills? In countries like Sweden and China, cash has almost vanished, replaced by taps, swipes, and QR codes. While this feels convenient, it represents a fundamental shift in human liberty. We are moving from bearer assets, money you own and hold, to digital ledgers, money that is just an entry in a bank's database. This means you no longer own your money. You merely have permission to access it. And as we are about to see, that permission can be revoked at any time. CBDCs, the state's spy. The biggest player in this new game is not Bitcoin, but CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Over 100 countries, representing 95% of global GDP, are currently exploring or building their own digital currency. Unlike Bitcoin, which is decentralized and private, a CBDC is centralized and fully surveillance capable. It is essentially digital cash issued directly by the government. China is leading the race with the digital yuan. The European Union is preparing the digital euro, and the US is debating the digital dollar. Proponents argue that CBDCs will make payments faster, cheaper, and more inclusive for the poor. But privacy advocates call it the ultimate tool of control. With a CBDC, the government can see every single transaction you make in real time. They will know what you eat, where you travel, what books you buy, and which political organizations you support. It is the dream of a totalitarian state, a financial panopticon where there are no shadows left to hide in. Programmable money. The true power of CBDCs lies in a feature called programmability. Because this money is just code, the government can write rules into it. Imagine expiring money. During a recession, to stimulate the economy, the central bank could issue digital cash that disappears if you don't spend it within 30 days. You would be forced to spend, unable to save. Or imagine restricted money. If the government wants to fight obesity, they could program your money so it cannot be used to buy sugary drinks or fast food. If they want to fight climate change, they could set a carbon limit on your wallet. Once you buy too much gas or meat, your payment is declined. This is not science fiction. Trials involving expiration dates have already been conducted with the digital yuan. It changes money from a neutral medium of exchange into a tool of social engineering. The de-banking of dissent. We used to think that banks were neutral utilities like water or electricity companies. But recently, we have seen the rise of debanking. This is when financial institutions freeze the accounts of people for political reasons. The most famous example occurred in Canada in 2022 during the Freedom Convoy trucker protests. The government invoked emergency powers to freeze the bank accounts of protesters without a court order. Suddenly, people could not buy food, pay rent, or buy fuel. They were digitally erased from the economy. This sent a chilling shockwave through the Western world. It proved that in a cashless society, your ability to survive depends on your obedience to the state. If you protest, if you speak out, or if you hold the wrong opinions, your digital switch can be turned off. The social credit link. The ultimate destination of this technology is the integration of money with a social credit system. In this scenario, your financial freedom is tied to your behavior score. Did you jaywalk? Did you post a criticism of the government online? Did you buy too much alcohol? Your score goes down. As a result, your interest rates go up, your ability to buy train tickets is restricted, or your internet speed is throttled. China has already implemented versions of this, barring millions of discredited citizens from buying plane tickets. With a fully digital currency, this system becomes automated and seamless. Every purchase becomes a vote on your character, judged by an algorithm. It creates a society of self-censorship, where people are afraid to step out of line for fear of losing access to their own wallets. The war on crypto. This explains why governments are so hostile toward cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Bitcoin represents the exact opposite of a CBDC. It is decentralized, censorship-resistant, and separate from the state. It is the only digital cash that offers a way out of the surveillance grid. This is why we are seeing a global crackdown. Regulators are trying to choke the industry by cutting off the connection between banks and crypto exchanges, Operation Choke Point 2.0. They cite money laundering and terrorism as the reasons, which are valid concerns, but the deeper motivation is control. A government cannot control a currency it does not issue. The battle between state money, CBDC, and people's money, crypto, will be the defining economic conflict of our generation. The death of privacy. Many people say, "I have nothing to hide, so why should I care?" This is a dangerous fallacy. Privacy is not about hiding crimes. It is about the right to be left alone. Financial data is the most sensitive data you possess. It reveals your health, pharmacy bills, your beliefs, donations, and your location, transport tickets. If this data is centralized in a government database, it becomes a honeypot for hackers. We have seen massive data breaches at the Pentagon, Equifax, and tax agencies. If a hacker steals the database of a CBDC, they don't just steal passwords. They steal the entire financial history of a nation. Furthermore, history shows that governments change. A benign government today might be replaced by an authoritarian one tomorrow. Building a tool of total control is dangerous, no matter who holds the keys today. The case for cash. Amidst this digital rush, there is a growing counter-movement to save cash. Cash is resilient. It works when the power goes out. It works when the internet is down. It works when the banking system crashes. It is inclusive. It doesn't require a smartphone or a bank account, which billions of people still lack. Cash is the only form of payment that does not require an intermediary. When I give you a $20 bill, the transaction is settled instantly, peer-to-peer, with no Visa, no Apple, and no government involved. Activists are urging people to use cash for small daily purchases to keep the infrastructure alive. Use it or lose it. Because once the physical infrastructure for cash, ATMs, armored trucks, is dismantled, it will be impossible to bring back. The future wallet. So, what does the future look like? We are likely heading toward a hybrid system, but the window is closing. In 10 years, you might have 3 types of money in your digital wallet. Type 1, CBDC for paying taxes and receiving government benefits, highly monitored. Type 2, stablecoins or corporate money, like an Amazon coin, for daily commerce. Type 3, Bitcoin or decentralized assets for long-term savings and privacy. The smart individual will diversify. Relying 100% on a system that can be switched off is a risk you can no longer afford to take. Financial sovereignty is becoming a survival skill. Conclusion: the death of cash is often sold to us as inevitable progress. It is cleaner, faster, and more modern. But we must ask, what is the price of this convenience? The price is the end of financial privacy. The price is the potential for total control. Money is more than just a tool for commerce. It is a tool for freedom. If you cannot spend your money without permission, you are not free. We are building a digital cage that is very comfortable, but difficult to escape. The next time you tap your card, remember what you are trading away. Discussion. This is a battle for the soul of the economy. Question of the day: would you accept a fully cashless society for the sake of convenience and stopping crime? Or must we keep physical cash to protect our privacy and freedom? It is a choice between safety and liberty. Let me know your stance in the comments with the keyword cashless or cash. I'm English Discovery News. Protect your data, value your freedom, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.